I already said what I said about MetaMask. It's probably it is the most tried and true one, and getting a VPN negates pretty much all the risk of their whatever IP catching they're doing. You should always assume anything you're doing on the internet is being harvested, so why would you ever let them get your real IP address that can be linked to you and timestamped and all that garbage? So if I wasn't in crypto, maybe I wouldn't use a VPN. But if I am in crypto, you're not using a VPN, that's trolling. Even if you check Richard's oldest videos, he still has links in there. If you join the Telegram group, t.me/Pulse Theory, if you join the group, I have like old pinned messages of like Richard promoted VPN use back in the day. He had links in the description. I compared the one that he used to recommend and Nord, and Nord's just like better now. I don't know if it used to be not as good or something, but it seems way better now. Or even Richard used to promote VPN usage, and he uses one. You know, he tells people on live stream and stuff like, oh, turn off your VPN. And he's like, he runs a VPN and also through a proxy and stuff. So it's important if you care about keeping your wallets not tied to your identity. I've been having this idea, dude. I have so many papers like scattered across of like ideas and stuff for videos and stuff. You know, back whenever pulsechain was like supposed to launch much sooner, but then they found more stuff that was like, hey, we're not actually cool with this. This isn't as decentralized as we'd like it to be. That was the problem with the Binance Smart Chain fork with injected Ethereum state, was they were like, yo, this BSC stuff is like not decentralized. They just have a chain that can tell all the validators what to do, and they have full control of that chain. So the validators just do what that other chain can tell them to do. It's stupid. And so that would require a total new system to work. So, but now that we're going with Ethereum, it's just like way better, in my opinion. Like this is so much more safe because like we didn't know if the merge was ever going to happen with Ethereum. They always delayed it. They delayed it for like 4 or 5 years, and you're just like, it just happened to actually come out this time. Now that it's out and it seems to be working, I don't know if I should say, there is like a potential exploit. Like I tweeted a bit about it the other day where I was like, yo, do not interact with anything that tries to give you an airdrop or whatever, because this one guy sent me some pretty good information on it, but I'm not a developer, so I had to like, I'm trying to get him to reproduce it to see if it's possible. But basically, even if you rejected the confirmation of like, not just connecting your wallet, but like, say you clicked on a thing that would start a transaction, like say you hit buy on Uniswap, and then you know how it spawns that extra pop-up window. Well, he did something like that on this website, on a separate website, where it was like claim airdrop. So he clicked that, and then he was like, ooh, I don't know about that. Clicks reject, is what he told me, because he didn't reproduce it yet. That triggered this weird scenario where there was all these like, because Richard's talked about this in the spaces, and I think this is similar to what this guy happened to this guy. There's this proxy contracts where there's like 9 or 10 copies of the same contract going off, and Ethereum's like, oh, I don't know, and it errs on the side of confusion instead of caution, and it like allowed his USDC to be spent. And then whenever he went to revoke it, its permission that somehow got. No, this is like, I'm paraphrasing, so like don't go report all this stuff. We're still like figuring it out. It's only happened since the merge. Maybe I shouldn't even talk about it yet, because it might be like a bug bounty thing. But yeah, it was basically allowed to, and whenever he went to hit revoke, it changed how much it allowed to be sent or whatever. So like originally it was, you know, he didn't enable it at all. But whenever he hit revoke, it then allowed all of it to be taken. So it was like, oh, what am I gonna do? And it covers up its tracks by then saying that it was allowed. So it looks like the guy just allowed infinity spend of his USDC, but he's claiming that it only happened after he hit the revoke or whatever, even though he never allowed it. So I'm like, well, okay, I hope it's not the case that there's like that big bug or whatever, because that's a pretty bad exploit. So that definitely do not interact with like weird airdrop stuff, guys. Yeah, I'm still looking into that. I'm trying to get like good information from him and then giving it to some developers I know. And then they were looking at it, but I need like, if it's reproducible, then it's like, holy crap.
Nice.
So I don't want that. And obviously when pulsechain launches, we don't want, you know, we want these kind of bugs to be fixed and patched. So it's probably not smart to talk about this stuff, well, before it's fixed, because people might try to exploit it more, but you brought it out of me. Plus, I mean, that's just my take on the story and what the guy believes, and it hasn't been reproduced as far as I can see, so I don't know if it's actually the truth. That's just how it could be. Don't get alarmed. The thing of, oh yeah, to address the MetaMask, a lot of people are asking me like, hey, is there another wallet I should switch to and stuff? And, you know, I wouldn't recommend people go and do all that wallet stuff, because you tell people to do their own research. Sometimes they don't do the best research, and then they just get into an actual scam. They're like, oh, I did all this research and they had a great website and I moved my money there and I lost it all. It's like, I don't want to tell anybody go look at more wallets. We know MetaMask is solid. It hasn't had any critical vulnerabilities or hacks and stuff. So like tried and true stuff, even if they're tracking some IP stuff now, you can just mitigate that with a VPN. So just use a VPN. You can even use Infura still. You don't have to switch to Flashbot's RPC if you don't want to. You can do it if you want those benefits of never paying for failed transactions and no sandwich bot attacks. So there's trade-offs for everything, especially in security. You can't get it all, and sometimes you're limited by your options. The only other wallet I would probably get excited about, there's the Internet Money wallet, but there's also Richard Hart's wallet that's coming out. That one I would be very excited for, because Richard knows this stuff deeply. He has a good developer team. Obviously, proof by the Hex contract, it's solid. It's been great for 3 years, paying you every day that you staked in Hex. That's solid. He built something that worked great the entire time. Proved everyone wrong. Did what it was designed to do, did 10,000x, and it did it faster. It did it in like half a year or more than half a year faster than it was designed to. So, but yeah, there's just so much risk in trying new wallets and stuff. Like I heard about this, like I don't even want to name it, but it started with an S. I just don't want to name drop it because they had an issue. It wasn't, I think it was for a Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, and they had this critical bug, and it was like, oh, these people just got drained. And you're like, dude, I'm not switching to the drainer wallet, and I'm not going to tell other people to go do their own research. I mean, of course you can always do your research, but definitely compare it and think about it, deliberate on it for a while before you switch to anything else. I like sticking with tried and true. That's why I really like Richard's track record of a solid project with no flaws and great price appreciation. It's like, I want more from the guy who accomplished that. When he stops accomplishing stuff like that, if there is ever huge vulnerability or something, then lose some faith. But like, if things are still great, why switch?